Tequila.
Yes, sir.
Tequila. Over the beat. Over the beat.
Hey.
That was fire though. That was on beat. That was on beat.
Hey,
give me my credit.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Y'all steady hating while y'all niggas waiting.
Stop. It's music day.
Come on, just
it's
saying.
Music day.
Like, I'm just, hey.
It's music day. It is music day.
And I'm doing what I'm doing, when I'm moving, when I'm grooving.
What up, y'all? This is EFS podcast episode. Where we at? 6.
Wow.
6 God. 6 on your head top.
Wow. Sinister 6 on
6
here.
on your head top.
We made it, man.
I forgot the real intro last time, so we must make sure they understand this is still a podcast for self-starters and those willing to make the most out of any situation. We repeat, the EFS podcast is for self-starters and those willing to make the 100% most out of any situation. I am your host, D. Burke, and I'm here with the man, Waldo Black.
Hey, what's
we got
going on,
company in the house today. We got company in the house today. We're gonna fade it out.
Black.
We got our first live viewer of the podcast. Kicking in the background, my girl Ash is here.
Ash is in the house. What's up, Ash?
You know, off mic, off camera, she's
What's
in the
up,
back.
Ash?
We are here, back with another episode. Number 6.
Number 6, man.
How you feeling for number 6, man?
I was gonna say, how does it feel to make it to 6 episodes? Like,
it's kind of like regular
quick.
now.
It was quick to me.
It was quick. It wasn't quick enough because we had a little setback. You know,
they said 3,500 to get to come like nationally viral and all that. It takes 3,500.
3,500 what?
Everything. Like whatever you want to do. 3,500 is your number.
We inching towards that. 3,500.
Yeah, we gotta have 3,500 episodes. 3,500, whatever posts. 3,500 of all of it collectively.
We on the road.
Come on.
So at this point,
let's keep
however
going,
long
bro.
it take to get there, we're gonna go. We're gonna keep going though. We're gonna keep going. How you
thanks,
feeling,
Ash,
man?
for being here.
Yeah,
Shouts to Ash in the background. Thank you, Ash, for helping us out, doing the background help.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah, man. I feel good, man. You know what tomorrow is, man. Look, the world don't know. We record these Jones. You know what I'm saying?
I think we told them March 19th multiple times.
Yes, tomorrow, March 19th.
How long we got going?
At the airing of this, it would already be out. But the album,
yeah, it's gonna be out.
I thought the album. Let me step back.
EP.
The EP.
One more time.
Heartstings, Dreamers Edition will be out and is out officially at the release of this podcast, and I'm so grateful. And I'm just like, thank you for the love. I know it's gonna come. I know people gonna listen. I know people gonna check it out. Everywhere music is streamed, just type in Waldo Black. You know what I'm saying? Listen to it, catch the vibes. You know what I'm saying? I gave D Burke an opportunity to listen to some stuff. He was vibing with it. You know what I'm saying?
The production quality is very good on the project. I will say that.
Shouts
the
to
production
Stardust,
quality
man.
is very good on the project.
I wouldn't trust
From
my
what I've
voice
heard,
with anything.
I ain't heard the full joint. Just little snippets here and there.
Yeah, man.
You know, but I'm looking forward to it.
I got one for you today, man.
We got one for y'all today.
Come on.
We got one for y'all today.
I'm going to share with you.
We're going to share with you
I'm
the
take
people,
care of you.
you know, and it's all his music, so they can't take me down on YouTube,
Nope.
so we're going to let it fly. So.
100% of my publishing. Hey. No one's coming after me. I own mine.
He owns his.
Okay? That's the difference. You know, when you're independent, like.
How much longer you want to talk your shit? Let's roll.
I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of cats out here that got to get string along. They got to go, I got to get clearance. I got to go.
You ain't gotta get clearance.
I'm good over
Clear
here.
who?
I'm making 100% original
We gonna make
music
it clear.
from the lyrics to the production.
We gonna make it clear.
Mixing, the mastering is all in house, man.
We
We
don't
doing
need no
it.
clearance.
The team is good, bro. The team is good.
This guy, the gangster, his real name's Clarence.
I just love it, man.
Everybody from the 313,
302.
put your motherfucking hands up and follow me. Hey.
I'm just saying, I love that. You know what I'm saying? Black music's being made, right?
Listen, man, it's a beautiful thing.
And it's not only like music that you can like. There's elements of country, there's elements of pop, there's elements of dance, there's elements of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really stretched because I'm a festival kid, bro. Like we'll run from Fall Out Boy and then go run over and see Lil Wayne and then go run over and see Kid Cudi and then go run over and see Busta. Like that's all in my elements of my music. So it's a beautiful thing. I'm excited.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
Heartstrings,
yes.
The Dreamers Edition will be out as of the release of this episode.
Yes.
Go check that out. cop that, stream that, download that, run that shit up.
Yeah, look, if you got an Alexa, just say, hey, Alexa, play Waldo Black.
Heartstrings.
No, just play Waldo Black and let all it play. Like, just let that thing run.
Run the streams
Even
up.
when you leave the house, just say, Alexa,
Run the
play Waldo
up.
Black.
Play Waldo Black.
You could be cleaning
You
your car,
out
you be
shopping.
out doing whatever you gonna do.
You getting your
Let me
groceries
get
and
them
errands
numbers.
And play that shit in your car while you got that shit playing at home too, so we get double the streams.
Double the streams.
Make this whole shit a streaming farm. Like
you know what I'm saying?
Keep,
That's how they be doing it. Run the numbers up.
Run the numbers up, man.
That's
You gotta
what
play
I
the
care
game
about.
nowadays.
You know they changing the codes now, right?
They always changing the codes.
The Congress is trying to push these streaming platforms, these conglomerate, mega bosses. They trying to take them and tell them and say, hey, look, here on out, a livable wage has to be earned because people are literally streaming 1 million streams and you get pennies in the dollar. You get $1,000.
Oh, I did see that.
So now they're trying to push it.
Yep.
So that at bare minimum you get a penny for a stream.
And that's even wild.
That's wild that we have to beg for a penny, bro.
You got to beg for a penny out
You know
here.
how much work goes into making a song?
That's like some peasant shit. Like
it is. It really is.
Not to make fun of the real peasants, but like that's like some peasantry shit.
Come
like,
on, dog.
What?
But you're right.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, like it's sad.
I thought I said something that was gonna give me cancer.
You got time. You got time. Don't worry.
Nah, we ain't got time. We can't get killed ever. We ain't never gonna get canceled.
Listen, but what I'm saying is a penny. You know what I mean? A penny save, a penny earn. Isn't that the quote? Like the fact that they trying to put a penny in our hands.
Yeah, man.
For the artistry, it used to be like I used to run to what's it called? What's that spot? It used to be called in the mall. Was it CD? Not CD Baby. What's the other place? It was a spot in the mall I used to run to, and it's so long ago. But anyway, I used to run to the mall. Remember, these young boys run to the mall, and you would buy the little CD, and you would go pop that in your CD player with your little stringy headphones and
stringy joints.
The stringy, like the
cheap shits that cost like $13.99 too. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like it was a moment.
I'm not a fan of like a lot of the way society has progressed, but the headphone game now is just like way better at the base level.
That's why everybody deaf.
The headphones we had as children was like nasty. Like,
what?
When the bass would be very like the bass was terrible on them shits.
True, it was all treble. There was
mad
no bass.
treble, mad treble. You know,
but I love the feeling of cracking open that plastic CD case. And looking at that book of like the artists and who was behind it, and it'd be like 90 names.
Yeah, fact.
But still, it was
pay
all
everybody
there.
on that list too.
Yeah, it was all there, and it felt like
pay
something.
Everybody on that list too.
Even when you broke it or you lost it or whatever the case, it still felt like for that moment you had something. Now it's like you just put it out and everybody's gonna stream it. Like I really am trying to make something different though. That's the whole point of this. Like that's gonna be merch. Like just wait and see. Once it's out, man, just come check on your boy. I am Waldo Black on all streaming platforms, man.
Streaming platforms.
Not on platforms, all streaming services, but social media is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I am Waldo Black on all social media. Just check your boy out.
No doubt. Man. And they see it. You know, we're gonna put that up there. In post.
Yeah, verified and all that good stuff.
Yeah, nah. But Episode 6, man, how you feeling? Outside of the project being out, like
feeling good, man. Feeling good.
Great.
It's been a great time. I missed you though, bro. You went out, man. You left me. I was like, man,
I'm always leaving.
I can't. I'm watching my TV and I'm just like, okay, is that deep Burke on the TV?
I wasn't on TV.
What's going on?
You might have seen me in the crowd or some shit.
What's that? What is that?
Big
is
garden
that him
action.
on the TV?
Big garden action.
You're the only one there that's like that tall and not in the
not actually
on the court.
No. If you was in the arena, you would have seen like that, there's a lot of people of my stature. Like it's the Big East tournament. Like
everybody was pulling up.
That shit was fire. Like, I played in it all 4 years of my college career, so I know what that shit is like at the height of college basketball, like 2005 to 2009. Big East was rocking, you know. And not for nothing, we was one of the best teams in the Big East every fucking year. Go back and check the records. Like Marquette basketball is stamped, it's solidified. We never won the Big East tournament, but from the time we started to the time we finished college, we never finished outside of the top 4 in the league. So, you know, that first day, Marquette wasn't playing on there like that because we got to buy. Like y'all had to come see us, you know. So Big East was a thing back then, and the Big East tournament for me personally, as a New York kid, like it shit just means that much more because I remember watching that shit as like a young nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I watched Marcus Hatton at Seton Hall. Like I watched Tyler Brown at fucking UConn. Like these are people I grew up like idolizing in that moment, which is like outside of March Madness itself.
Yeah,
the NCAA tournament, your actual conference tournaments is where you kind of like make a run going into the tournament to gain some momentum.
Right.
You know, and it's another tournament. Like, we playing for a trophy at the end of the day. So you always bring in your best game because you lose or you go to fuck home. That starts at your conference tournament.
Yep.
And the Big East tournament, like, check the records. Like, there's multiple, when to call them viral classic moments for the Big East tournament throughout the highlight reels, you know, of shit that's happened at the Garden that was at the Big East tournament. So I got used to playing in that. And I've never been back to the Big East tournament. I've seen Marquette play since then.
Right,
but I never watched them in the Garden at the tournament in New York, in my hometown. Like, now as a spectator watching my old, you know. So how was it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How was it?
Nah, it was fire, man. It was fire. It was great energy. Went out there. I met with my boy, Jarrell. You know, he got honored. Shout out to my boy. He was amazing. 100% legend. He got honored by the Big East Conference himself. Because every game, they are honoring legends from, like, the different teams that are playing, like, that night. So Marquette was playing Villanova. They honored him for that game. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, y'all caught the dub, right?
Yeah. We got him out of there. Yeah, Philly, all y'all Philly people, we got y'all out of there that night.
Don't do that. Don't talk. Philly people, we care about you. We want you to keep streaming.
Stream, but just know we got y'all out of there. We got y'all out of there. So it was cool, but it was a good vibe.
I got a lot of respect for Villanova, man.
Villanova is a legendary college program, like, you know. And Jay Wright is a legend.
I love Villanova people. They show a lot of love.
Himself.
You know what I'm saying?
Turning over the team to Kyle Neptune. He's doing this thing over there, but we got y'all out of there. You know, Shaka Smart and the boys, the Eagles. Eagle game, we got y'all out of there. All right. You know, but I was dope though. I got to see that. I wanted to stay longer, but you know, things got in the way a little bit. Yeah. And it was charging crazy for the tickets the next day. The first night, like, you know, the University always looks out when they can. They like, yo, I'm pulling up. We got tickets for you here. Set up. Boom. We right in there. You know
nice.
But Big East tournament is, they, you know, as you get further and further into the rounds, it's a little bit more prime real estate to be in them seats. So they was like, nah, we can't do it. So you got to pay. And I had to get back here anyway, you know.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Had my daughter, so, you know, I had to make sure I could come back, shoot back with baby girl and shit. So that was cool. But it was a good night.
Yeah, just seeing it.
I ended up getting thrown on Field of 68. Shout out to them. They threw me on their broadcast that night.
So you were on TV. See, this is
nah, online.
One moment you saying like you not on TV.
It wasn't TV. It was online. It was streamed on YouTube.
That's
streamed on YouTube.
That's still top tier.
It's a difference.
That's top tier.
It's a difference.
All right, man. All right.
It's a difference. But shouts to them.
Nobody
I wasn't
watches TV
expecting
anymore
it. My
anyway,
boy, Durrell, he's a contributor on there. Like, he's on there consistently. Like, he's into the college basketball. You'll see when, you know, we have him on soon. We spoke about it. So
that's tough.
It's
coming,
tough. You know. But
it's gonna be amazing.
Outside of that, he does college basketball. So he was doing the show that night, and then they had a spot open up because one of the people that was supposed to contribute was not there, and then it was like, yo, like, you want to hop on? And me, I'm like, content man.
Yeah, and it's funny because you literally jumped into this new thing.
You
and
need
then
content?
Boom,
I got you.
An opportunity like that.
Yeah,
just
it was
drops
cool.
in your lap,
We had a cool little
man.
conversation.
That's what it's about, bro.
It was cool. It was dope, you know?
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not leaving the EFS podcast before it even gets started. Don't worry about that. We still got our own shit over here, you know.
Come on now, you know your bread
shouts to Field of 68 though.
Nah,
thanks for having me on, and it was just a great experience. Great experience. I got sick as fuck after, so
really,
yeah. I'm still recovering now. So if I sound nasally on here, it's because I'm working my way out the depths of, like, you know, my immune system is fighting off some heavy shit right now.
A lot to episode 1 or 2. You talking about giving yourself rest. You give yourself some rest and recuperate it, or you still trying to just push through all the craziness?
I had to grind through it.
Come on, man.
I had to grind through it. Man. I had to grind through it.
You got to give yourself a little rest, man.
I was grinding, and then when I wasn't grinding, it's like, nigga, lay your ass down so you can make it to the next grind.
Exactly.
Like that type of shit.
You got to give yourself a little bit of grace to rest, and you know what I mean?
Nah, but I'm out here, man.
Somewhere in the middle.
I'm good.
Somewhere in the middle.
Hydrate. A lot of ginger tea over the past few days.
Yeah.
Working myself out of it, but, you know, we'll be back.
You feeling better?
A little bit. I've been working out still during, which is like nuts because a lot of people don't when they get sick.
I'm laying down
like,
in
bro,
the bed.
I'm taking the week off. I don't. I ain't built like that. Like, as soon as I feel like I like to move a little bit.
Won't have to prove that I don't do that.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool if you don't. But me personally, I do just because, you know, I'm a believer in the scientific theory that working out does help to activate your white blood cells, which are part of fighting off, you know. So if it does help to bolster that a little bit, then from there, I'm gonna move a little bit light. I ain't gonna balls to the wall, hell no.
Yeah.
But I'm in here, I'm gonna move light and get a little sweat in. So like we sweat it out, like they say. Like
I'll go to the sauna. I'll do that.
Nah, a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
And that's one way of, coping for people who choose to in that way. But me personally, it's just like, nah, I'm going to get a little sweaty.
Nah, I just don't want to. I'm also worried when I go work out, if it's not in a private space, I'm going to get someone else sick. I just don't want to. I don't want to. Yeah, that's my only thing.
I haven't worked out with people.
Right, you been in your private. Yeah, I mean, you got access to that. Yeah, I don't have that access.
I haven't worked out with people.
Planet Fitness don't be holding it down and be everybody up in there no matter what time you go.
I got access, so I get it in outside. When the y'all out, I'm in here.
I'm going right now.
I'm in here. Let's get this thing rolling.
It's a different vibe, bro. It's a different vibe.
Yeah,
man.
but
NCAA, man, that's big, man. Big East and
Marquette, 2 seed.
2 seed,
bro. 2 seed,
Indianapolis. So is that who you picking to go all the way?
I think we got a shot to make a good run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your
national
analysis?
championship. A lot of things got to fall in line to get there. Coming from someone who's lost in all kind of ways in the tournament when we were supposed to make crazy runs, a lot of things got to fall in place.
Right.
You got to be the better team each day that you play for each moment of the game, and then sustain that throughout start to finish. Because if you have lapses or lulls in the game where you don't either play to your maximum potential, or you ain't making shots, or you're not getting stops, or you're not doing those kind of things, like a lot of things can turn one way or the other very, very quickly. You end up losing the game, and then your season's over.
Right. They're number 2 seed though, right?
They're number 2 seed, so they got
they have an easier route.
I mean, technically, yeah, but the thing you got to understand about the tournament too is like every game you might be getting confidence, but every game, every team that you play in is gaining confidence as they go.
Exactly.
So all they need is like one night, one moment, one like span of the game where they better than you, and then that might turn the tables in the game.
Yeah.
Everything weighs more. So I think that they have a good setup. I'm rooting for them. Like. Come on. Who else I'm rooting for?
Yeah.
The guys, the Mandem. So like for me,
Mandem.
Yeah, so I'm hoping they get a good run. But I think they're gonna at least, I'm calling it Elite 8 or more.
Elite 8? That's a beautiful. I mean, I'm saying Final Four. Let's go for the.
I mean, we can go for that, but you see how these brackets go every year.
Yeah,
these brackets go crazy every year.
Yeah,
busted the shit every year.
Bracket, yeah.
Especially nowadays, college basketball is a little bit like it's a lot more like the Wild Wild West with all this transfer portal and players going here and there and all that other shit.
NIL deals, where's the money? Everybody wants this, everybody wants that. Yeah, I see it. I see there's different. A lot of play. Like,
but I think they got. I'm a rep for the guys. Hopefully, we can make a good run. I'm tuned in, by the time this out, so we in that weekend anyway. So hopefully everybody else will be. Shout out to Marquette Nation. Let's make sure we represent well. Marquette Nation was heavy at the Big East tournament.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I never seen it like that. They rented out a bar.
What?
And like the whole first floor of the bar was like
Marquette.
Like
that's crazy.
Me and my boy walked in, like, and it was like a sea of blue and gold.
Wow.
Like, it was beautiful to see because I'm just like, oh, look at the support we got for the university.
It wasn't like that when you was there.
Nah, it was like that, but now it's like different. It's grown. Like I'm seeing it now from the other side, but I don't think we've ever had that big of a turnout in like for our like in the Big East tournament. And when you show up, it's like people repping their schools. Like you walking in the streets of New York, and like you seeing. I got UConn on. I got Providence on. I got Villanova on. Right. I got Creighton on. Like the fans is there to rep their schools. So you're just seeing a sea of jerseys from different schools and shit, and it's like how many of us can get packed into the Garden. Like that's why St. John's usually does pretty well with fan base. They right in New York. UConn does pretty well. It's a little drive. They drive into the city. Yep. So but Marquette over time since we got to the Big East in 2005, like I feel like we're one of the biggest schools that stayed since then. And that was when the Big East was still like lit. Like easily one of the best conferences in the nation when I was in there. So, at that point it was very, very high of a level of basketball and we mixed right into that very early and we've sustained like really, really good like history throughout 2005 to now.
High caliber.
So I think our fans have like now started to get behind it even more. So they pulling up to the Garden and it's just like, yo, there was people who flew from Milwaukee that I've seen that they was at the game. There's people that live in New York that are Marquette, fans, alumni and all that stuff that's at the game. So, it was good to see all of our people in that way.
It's about connecting, man. And I think
it was fire.
Yeah, I think that you guys, obviously, with your help, and then the young guys coming in and still carrying that legacy on. You know what I'm saying? It's always about, you planted a seed with the team. And,
for sure.
And now, obviously,
I still stand on, and you can ask
of your labor.
Anybody that played in the class with me, like, I still stand on the fact that since we got our first year, my first year at Marquette, myself, Jarrell McNeil, Wesley Matthews, and Dominique James, there was one other person that transferred out, but us four, we started when Marquette went to the Big East. It was one of the reasons why I signed to Marquette in the first place, just because I'm like, oh, y'all going to the Big East. I'm a New York kid. I wanted to play in the Big East in college. So they was coming to the Big East, the whole legacy with Dwayne Wade. There was 2 years after D-Wade took her to the Final Four. So they was transferring from the Conference USA into the Big East. And at that point, that's when we stepped foot. My first game in the Big East was against UConn, number 2 in the nation, Rudy Gay. Right, right, and to, you know what I'm saying, Josh Boone, one of them teams, Marcus Williams, we played number 2, and we beat them.
Yeah.
So that was our entrance to the Big East. Shout out to Steve Novak. He had 41 or 42 that game or something like that.
So wait, when y'all were going to the Big East, what did y'all end up, the highest y'all ever got?
I think in the conference, highest we ever got was at some point in the season, 2 or 3, something like that. We never led the Big East outright throughout the whole season because it was a fucking dogfight.
Yeah, it is.
To be top 4 in the Big East every year was all right, you doing something, and that set us up for being ranked top 25 in the nation every single year when I was there. Set us up for, okay, we getting pretty high season in the tournament because we a good school in a good conference and we fucking, we playing well.
Yeah.
So, my college woman was crazy,
Right. And y'all ended up, you ended up what? Top was the Elite 8 was when you went to the...
Nah, we never got to the Elite 8.
What you get? Sweet 16?
We got always eliminated in the first weekend. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying about...
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
There's got to be a lot of things that fall in place.
Yeah.
Because the situation that had happened for us to get eliminated, my first year, we lost in a very, very close game. Second year, we got blown out by Michigan State. My first year, we lost to Alabama. And that was a good game. We had the last shot to win the game and we missed it. So that was how we lost that game.
Heartbreaking.
And that was one way or the other at that moment. And then from there, next year, we got our ass tore apart, paused by Michigan State. They beat the fuck out of us that year. We just wasn't good. And we was missing my boy, who was our best player. He broke his hand.
That's another thing, too. Staying healthy is going to be key.
That's what I said. A lot of things got to fall in place.
Yeah.
Marquette, their best player right now, has not played in a while. He didn't play in the whole Big East tournament because he has an oblique injury. So
tough.
They sent him out to get to the tournament. So we hoping he come back and is able to give us and he's one of the best players in the conference and country.
Right. So, he has to play in order for it to be a real shot to take it to the distance.
Yeah,
speaking of, because you said something about you had the opportunity to make the game winning shot and missed it.
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of pivot from that to about a game winning shot that was made.
Oh, my boy.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah. You know I saw it.
I want your take on it because
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving.
What is your
big time game winner last night?
What is your feeling? Because I'm
big time game winner.
I feel like that was a real dogfight of a game, and you really had to, because you got Joker. The reigning defending champions. You're going up against them, right? And we talked before about Jamal Murray, and we talked about the Denver as a whole, as a team, and what they represent now as the benchmark, right?
Yep.
And then you got, Luka and Kyrie, which to me are
they overachieving. Anybody expect them to be this good this year?
They're legendary
they did
talents.
Not expect that.
Legendary talents.
Generational talents.
Generational, right? So we're talking about Jokic is a one of one with a good cast around him versus 2 generational talents and some. You gotta give more credit to Jamal.
Jokic ain't alone. Jokic got a good roster all around him.
Right? Yeah, he does. The cast is great, but I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying.
Jamal Murray, that's your man.
That's my man. I'm not saying nothing against him.
So make sure you say your man.
Jamal Murray's here, man. What's up?
Make sure you throw him in there because you argue me down about the one thing.
Put some respect on his name.
We really gotta drop that.
He's really that dude. And I'm just saying. He's proven he's gotten better over the course of his career, and he's now, he's a champion. That being said, What is your take about what happened in the whole, the last couple seconds of that game?
I'm just saying Kyrie Irving is still top 1 or 2 most skilled players in the NBA.
Who's this 2?
We can open that up for debate, but Kyrie's in the mix. Let me give my man his flowers first.
I'm going to give his flowers. I'm just saying. I'm like,
one of the most
2?
skilled players in the NBA. That shot was like, it looks so awkward, but it also looks so beautiful at the same time. For RJ to be in the game, commentate after and say like, nah, I seen him shoot some shit like that before. So like, because the way it looked, people could say, oh, like he just threw some shit up at the rim, but no, like that is a technique shot from a distance that people were not used to shooting. But a basketball savant and a wizard with the basketball like Kyrie Irving is, that shit is nothing to him. It's nothing to him. Like he knew, all he needed was the angle on Jokic. First dribble, set it up, he read it, saw Jokic wasn't about to close that left hand. He took that shit straight to the middle of the paint, got to his spot at the time when he needed to get it off. In the right time, that shit dropped buckets, and he on Ramadan.
Ramadan is a crazy
And he's on Ramadan. He didn't eat no food.
I understand what you're saying.
And he's on Ramadan.
Is that like a flu game? Like kind of like you got to put an asterisk
That's
to it?
Kyrie's flu game. The flu game winner.
It's the Ramadan winner? Is that how you want it?
That's the Ramadan game.
The Ramadan game. Okay.
The Ramadan game right there last night. One of the best skilled players in the NBA.
But
love watching Kyrie. When I tell you I like watching certain players play the game just because of the skill level, the artistry with the basketball. Kyrie is top 2. I watch Kyrie Irving play all. I'm not saying there's 1 or 2. There's a collection of like some of the most skilled players in the league, but Kyrie's right in the mix, and hoopers know that. And if you don't know that, you let all the documentary and the COVID and all the other bullshit like sway y'all away from the point, which I understand. And I know Kyrie has had some slip ups with the media and all that other shit.
I'm not nothing to do with that. No, I'm just saying.
Fuck all that. That man is a very talented basketball player. And that was amazing to see last night. I'm glad he, having this kind of season now to where people are starting to re-give him some of the, the attention that he may have lost when he was going through his trials and tribulations in the public eye,
Yes.
So I think that now it's a great time for him to be playing well. The Mavericks is overachieving. Now, I don't think they're going to win a championship or nothing, but it's good to see him get back to the forefront on the court, and people be talking about that, his game, all the things he does in the community, philanthropy, all that shit. I know he's a different guy, very spiritual, all that, and I respect it, but I like him on the court even more just because he's beautiful with that ball in his hand.
Super.
Wow. Wow. God damn, it was you last episode.
Safe space, guys.
I'm going to just pause myself because that's wild.
But what I'm saying is, you keep saying he's 1 and 2, and I just like the debate, right?
Oh, you want to open up the list now?
I want to hear why is he not 1? Because who's 2?
Because I like to give room for consideration. That's all I'm saying.
Who you consider? That's what I want to know.
I can't go 2 without going like at least 5, but at least 5.
My question is, could Luka have made that shot if it was Luka instead of him getting the ball?
Because Luka might have made a different kind of shot.
Oh, we wouldn't have made that one though.
No, hell no.
Okay, so you're saying only person who could have made that shot is
there's a handful of people who can even attempt that shot and get as on target as he did in the world. Probably on that level, that like that, It's a floater from distance
with the left
your
hand.
Left hand, I'm not right-handed.
One-footed, scooped
and
to the
I'm
side.
Moving towards my left. My body is moving while I'm still
while you're sky
finding
hooking
the touch to put that on the
soft
basket.
touch, straight in.
Yeah.
No
It reminded me of that Magic shit from like back in the day where he shot the hook like that, and people was like, "Oh, that's an amazing, awkward looking shot, and it worked, whatever." And Magic, he shoot that shit because he's either practiced or tried that shit before to be like, "Oh, I think this could work." Or sometimes it's just basketball instinct too. Mm-hmm. Like once you are that honed into your craft, sometimes things just happen on the court where it's like, okay, this feels good in the moment. I can see what I'm looking at. I can find the target, and sometimes it's just an awkward looking shot, but I can get it where it got to go. And once I get it on that rim, it's probably going to go in with my skill level.
I'm gonna give him his flowers. He's superbly talented,
no doubt.
He's one of the elite players that when it comes from everything from shooting, dribbling, ball handling,
finishing at the basket. Don't forget that. That's one of the best parts of his game.
I'm just giving you the every aspect. I can't find a better archetype to distribute, to take the big shots in the big moments, clutch threes. Like he has he's a champion. That's what he's a champion for a reason.
The Warriors out.
So for me, I'm just like, is there now an added pressure on Kyrie to deliver now? Because at this point, hold on, let me get my question out.
I'm gonna let you finish.
At this point, what are we waiting for from Kyrie for Kyrie to be like the champion again? Like, because to me, what more chances does he need? He had the Celtics, he had the Nets, now he's with Luka, like in Dallas, and I'm like,
he was in Brooklyn too. Don't forget Brooklyn with KD and...
Yeah, I said Nets. I said he had Boston. He had the Nets. He had the Nets. And then now he's with Dallas. And I'm like, y'all got to deliver at some point. This isn't dominoes, but we still need you to deliver.
They're going to be hard pressed because they're not a great defensive team, especially in the playoffs.
I understand
they can't
that.
Stop nobody. So,
But whose fault is that? Because they still beat the champions. They just proved that their offense is enough to do the job.
It may be, but I think everything slows down a little bit more in the playoffs. So that style of basketball can only sustain you so long. A 7-game series, you're going to have to do that and hope everybody stays hot every game for y'all to get a shot to win.
At least
and they might. So I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying to put confidence in that. The proof is not in the pudding and what they do. That's a style that wins at a high level. You know, like Denver. Proof is in the pudding. They know what they do.
They know what they got.
Which is why, it's really all about making it to the playoffs for them. All that other shit don't really matter. Like, we know our style of basketball. We know who we playing through. We know how they play around him. So when we get in the right moments, we're going to dominate the game in that way.
Yeah. So you're still picking Denver to take it all.
Nuggets going, I ain't saying that. I think the Celtics may get them. I don't know for sure. I still have a little bit of doubt in the Celtics, but I think the Celtics is coming out the East.
So you're saying, if you're going to make a pick, it's going to be Boston versus Denver for the finals.
So. Okay, I think so.
No disrespect.
If anything, it'll be dark horses in the West that upset the apple cart, like the Clippers. So
you think the Clippers is going to knock out Jokic? All right,
Clippers.
I'm not saying.
You want to talk about most skilled player? They got one of them on that team. And we ain't talking about James Harden or Paul George.
Well, there's only one left.
Right. You see what that man does in the biggest moments.
Yes, so, we've Philadelphia feels it.
What this shit is? Claw?
Philadelphia feels it for a long time.
One time for the claw.
I just look at the NBA now and I'm like, man, because we realize we've watched an era just literally pass us by so quickly, and now we're at a place where this is the moment where the stars have to show up, like, because
or they old ass gonna be retired without a ring.
that too. But what I'm talking about is like Chris Paul's, the
listen, man.
Paul George's, the people that have been here for a long time.
Who else they got a ring?
The people that have been here for a long time. It's coming to the end of that cycle, bro. The Jimmy Butts, yeah. I'm just thinking of all of the things that we've watched, and I'm like, and by the way, LeBron's been here the whole time. People doing podcasts now. LeBron's still in the game. I don't understand what kind of serum he has or he used, but it's crazy.
Stop. There's people that believe
there's something else going on here.
Can't say that.
I'm saying it.
There's people that believe
what I'm saying. What needs to be said. Y'all don't believe it. I believe.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that there's.
You always talk about me standing on what I'm saying. What are you saying?
Different about LeBron James.
What is different about LeBron James?
He is a fluke genetic specimen that has never been seen before in the history of mankind.
So it's all natural talent and hard work is what you're saying.
No, I'm saying he is a genetic specimen that is uniquely fitted to outlast all situations, contexts.
But what
he has defied age. He has defied every fabric of existence as it pertains.
Because to me, I feel like you're saying something without saying something. And if you're saying something, just say something.
Listen.
Without saying the other something to cover up the something.
I'm not saying anything. I've said everything I needed to say in terms of LeBron James.
We're going to leave it right there then.
I think LeBron is the GOAT. That's my personal, right?
You do.
I don't know how that GOAT was constructed.
I just know that
LeBron James is the greatest athlete of all time. There's no athlete that has done what he is doing in this current capacity.
I don't like the fact that you're going straight Shannon Sharp on me right now, but kind of like not, because he's trying to. There's a Skip Bayless undertone to the Shannon Sharp that you're doing right now.
Don't do that, Skip. Skip.
There's a Skip Bayless undertone to the Shannon Sharp that you bring right now, but I'm gonna let it rock.
I just understand the game. And I understand.
How did we get to LeBron? Like, this was about a whole different thing.
But I said that because
they won't be in the Western Conference Finals. I can guarantee that.
Laker Nation.
They won't be in the Western Conference Finals.
Get them. No, I think that if anybody has a chance to be in the Western Conference Finals, it's Lakers, because. Here's why. Because of LeBron James. Just because he has
How much longer are we going to keep saying that?
He has an IQ that is by far probably the best on any. It's like having an extra coach on the court. That's only reason why. And when he's able to read defenses and make decisions based off of what's happening in real time on the court, it's an unfair advantage. Other than that, I don't think anybody else can say.
Hail King James.
Stop.
that's what I'm hearing in the background of your whole little soliloquy or whatever you want to call it.
Am I wrong though? Is it facts though?
I didn't hear you because all I heard was the background music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it took over, and I saw you just speaking, and all I heard was the background music to what you were saying. At least
we'll see soon enough what'll happen. They're still fighting for the play-in, so it might not even get there. So
right. You think they would pull that same shit they did last year, where they squeaked their way into the playoffs and made it? No, that ain't gonna work every year.
Hey,
with 1 year older LeBron and a bunch of
numbers, numbers.
His numbers. We're not arguing LeBron's numbers. We're not arguing LeBron's numbers.
He ain't squeaking past with his numbers, at least.
No, he's not. And he's having a great season, but is his team going to perform?
I don't know. I do not know. Because you got a team that is haphazardly created.
Like, all of the other shit is cool. Like, we cool with giving LeBron praise. He's the longest, most greatest player ever. He takes care of his body. He spends millions on his body and his fitness. I appreciate that. I champion that shit. Shout out to all that shit, LeBron.
Thank you very much.
Shout out to all that shit.
Congrats.
I respect it.
Hey.
But at this point, we're not weighing you against statistics. Like,
what are we weighing him against?
You're already in the GOAT argument. Like, if you out here, you're going to win.
Oh, okay.
Because you're still putting up these kind of numbers, are you going to actually make a run and win something?
He won the NBA Cup.
Because you're not riding off into the sunset. You're not.
He won the NBA Cup.
We not jacking the NBA Cup shit, bro. I'm telling you.
I love bringing that up, Ash. Sorry.
This is the antagonist that I was mentioning right there.
Listen, all I'm saying is that's something. You said you got to win something. He won something.
I told you that shit didn't mean nothing. I told you a long time ago that shit didn't mean nothing. Now we are weighing you against
the championship. Yes. All right.
Don't be out here for this long and then not get another chip. You got 4. You need 5 or 6 if you really want to say, like, oh, now he's the unheralded GOAT and all this other shit. And I think 6 is a far stretch right now. I can appreciate the greatness of what he's done so far, but all this GOAT shit, like I told you, like, stop comparing the two. Just appreciate what you're saying. And appreciate the fact that they asses going home before the NBA championship, before the Western Conference Finals.
Here's the thing I like about the argument with
before
LeBron,
the Western Conference Finals.
LeBron and the Lakers, because I feel like, can you tell me any other character that's been in NBA uniforms that at that age has performed at that level?
No, that's why I said win something. Then
I know, but if he is,
you out here for like you out here to be the physical specimen of the century, like okay, great, cool. Like, you're not doing this shit are you doing this shit to just keep playing forever? Great. Or are you doing this shit to play as long as you can and actually be as dominant as long as you can and win at the same time? You can't get into that GOAT conversation. Like, you're going to score numbers by breathing on the basketball court. Like, you're going to throw you out there, you're going to breathe. Oh, look, triple-double. You breathe a little bit hard. Oh, he's got 40. Like, you're going to get your numbers. We know all that shit. You're going to get your numbers. Like, are you out here to run up numbers, which it doesn't seem like he's the kind of guy that wants to do that. That's not what he's echoed in his persona and his, like, what he says to the media and all that shit. And if not, then, all right, we weigh you against the wins you say you're supposed to get. Like,
right.
That's it.
And I feel like, but how much of that weight should be on? Shouldn't it be on Anthony Davis, who's supposed to be?
That's why I said, is his team going to play?
That's what I'm just giving it to me. It's like, I feel like if this was any other person, it would be a little less flack on LeBron. Like, I don't know. I just feel like because I'm like, what are we weighing him against? Because Paul George,
saying you're the GOAT.
Paul George has jumped around the league probably just as much as
Paul
LeBron.
George doesn't have a sniff of a championship.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I just look at this as a at least when I'm looking at the league itself, we have watched the era of greats literally come in and leave. Where's Dwayne Wade? Where's Carmelo Anthony? Where's like, and these are all greats. Gilbert Arenas. They're on podcasts now. They're not in the league. Pod.
That's crazy.
They're not in the league, bro.
They all got podcasts.
They got podcasts now.
This is a competition.
And that's what I'm trying to say. You got these cats sitting on couches while LeBron's still in the league, bro.
No doubt.
And that's why I'm like, it's not a simple thing to just go, he's going to get his numbers. No, he is literally doing something unfathomable. Cats is sitting down sipping Hennessy or Laportier if it's Shea Sharp. You know what I'm saying? Versus really going out and putting up numbers in the game on a consistent basis every day in and day out.
I feel that.
So if he doesn't make it into the playoffs only by squeaking through with the play-in, who's that? Is that saying that he's doing something short or he's failing at something? Because to me, he's overachieving by all metrics. If you look at everybody else who's sitting on the couches, no one else isn't even in his age is even in the league. So if he just makes it to the play-in, he did an amazing job. That's what I'm saying. It's like, what metric are we using to grade him on? Because it's not fair to put him on the same metric as everybody else when he's already done it. He's been there already.
The metric is y'all make this whole GOAT conversation a thing, so now he has to put up with whatever.
Well,
I ain't saying shut up, but you got to put up.
I mean, put up.
This is why I don't get to the comparison game because
put chips up?
This is why, yeah.
All right.
Because that'd be, for me, one of the only things that the people who's diehard Jordan, and there's some people that no matter what the fuck LeBron does, they never gonna say he's better than Jordan. I being one of them. So I do understand what it's like to be fighting a losing battle.
There's no battle. It's I can't change your mind.
So, for me, I can respect LeBron for what he is. I'm not saying, bro, I hate you. I hate your game. Fuck you. You're terrible. Like,
we're gonna clip that and then we're gonna put that as the short.
Don't loop
we're
that.
We're gonna loop that and then put that as the short.
Because that'd be the shit that gets me fucked up out here. But at the end of the day, I can appreciate that shit, but I'm not putting you over what I fuck with,
We
done
with the 90s.
It's an age thing. It's a preference thing.
Done with the 90s.
Like, that guy is I'll start to question.
I'm messing with you, bro.
And this may be my first shot, so fuck it at the end of the day.
Uh-oh.
The homeboy is doing a little too much now.
Uh-oh.
He just keeps taking more and more clips, and like it's his thing. Like, after a while, it stops being funny.
Yeah.
Like, it stops being funny.
I think that his point now is
it stopped being funny.
He's gonna just keep doing this because he's seen people react.
If you look at his page, it's just he's selling merch.
Yep, it's all
he's selling merch.
It's a money grab at this point.
He's challenging Gilly to play him one-on-one, talking about unprompted too, because I don't think Gilly said shit. At least I didn't see shit. But he challenging Gilly to play one-on-one and all. It's like, bro, like. Now he's trying to do other things to keep things.
He's trying to leverage what he's doing. Hey, get to the bag, youngin. Get to the bag.
Get to the bag.
I ain't mad at you. Get to the bag.
I'm just tired of hearing you say you're done with the 90s every fucking video.
So you know what? I have a word.
Every
of the
fucking
day.
video is corny to me.
Last part I had a word of the day, right? It was comeuppance, right? That was the word of the day.
Right.
I got another one today. It's going to be acquiesce.
I've heard acquiesce before.
Acquiesce is the word of the day. We're just right. Acquiesce, because guess what? Because you already said you already think MJ is the GOAT.
Uh-huh.
I think LeBron James the GOAT. Guess what? I got both Jordans and LeBron sneakers in the crib. So it's not a question. I got both. So it's like at the end of the day, I just appreciate the greatness that I'm able to fully witness and be a part of and enjoy. I got to witness a little bit of Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I saw the Gatorade commercial. I wanna be like Mike. It was fun. It was cute. And I was growing up, man, wow, fade away. Great. Right? I couldn't dunk. I was a kid. Right? And so it's like, still can't dunk. But anyway, the point of the matter is, it's like I gave that time, but when I'm witnessing right now is not the same as what I witnessed before.
Because you wasn't old enough to take it in.
Maybe I wasn't. That's fine.
And I'm not that much older than you.
No, you're not.
Which is why the conversation we was having about the age thing when I said a lot happens in a decade.
Listen,
and that was a whole nother thing.
We can pull back up on that conversation if you really want to go.
Refer to the previous episode while you like, follow, and subscribe.
Listen.
Do that. Refer to the previous episode while you like, comment, follow, and subscribe. And comment too. Like, let us know how you feel.
Who's the GOAT? If you listen and you're watching, who is the GOAT?
Oh, I wouldn't even talk about
comments.
that. We ain't worried about that.
I know, put it down in the comments, though. I just want to, obviously it's LeBron James, but put it down in the comments, please. I just want his airness.
His air.
But I'm just saying, when it comes to these discussions, acquiesce, because at the end of the day, look, we can argue till we blue in the face. You're not going to change your position.
Nah,
I'm not going to change my position.
All day.
I acquiesce, man.
And I like LeBron. I don't bash LeBron as much as a lot of people I know.
You know a lot about LeBron.
Hell yeah, I know a lot of LeBron haters.
What?
I know a lot of LeBron haters.
I mean,
I know some people that like everything he does disgust them, like that type of shit.
I think that's just hate. That's just hate.
Maybe
that's that Skip Bayless energy.
Maybe.
Shouts to Skip, by the way.
Maybe.
No, but yeah, I'm just wanting to let he keeps coming out of here. He's one of the goats, man. He one of the goats out here.
He's out of here now though. His run is over.
What he did?
Huh?
What he done did?
He ain't do nothing, but I just think his run is over.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Off that though, we ain't gonna shoot that Skip. Because he gonna catch a stray that I wasn't even really looking to throw out there. My bad, Skip. My bad. I'm sorry. You're a legend. You're a legend
in your own right, but that don't mean that you got all.
It just hurt you when Shannon left. That's all.
You know that's true.
All right, man. So we off that then. We off that. The GOAT is Michael Jordan.
Look. He about to say LeBron James. You heard him. You heard him, right? He said it. That was a Freudian slip.
It felt like throw up in my stomach when I was about to say that.
I heard that.
It felt like throw up real quick.
What's that noise? King James.
They're gonna clip that into my LeBron bash too.
I know, right?
They'll clip that in. It felt like throw up is what they're gonna say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Next thing you know,
man.
I know you wanted to talk about because you broke a little bit of your story about how you was coming back and you was sick and all this and all that, and that kind of broached another topic to me about being an athlete and giving yourself grace and all that, and I just wanted to touch base on that mental health aspect. I mean, especially with the young guys going into March Madness and a lot of pressures on them. Like, how does an athlete like yourself stay composed, stay measured throughout all the pressures when you got family, you got your health, you got life, you got, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you balance all those, stressors?
Oh, it's a high pressure situation for me. And I've been through it. Like, I'm feeling like them,
Yeah. The world's on your shoulders, man.
And all that shit. Like, everything you're doing is weighing and everything you're doing it's going to tip the balance for you one way or the other and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So it is a lot of pressure. In game and just like in career or span, So I guess it's two parts. In game, for me, just realize that the shit is a game, Like, you are very good at a game. Mm-hmm. There's other things that happen in life that is a lot more. And I guess I'm going deep again.
Go deep. That's what we supposed to do.
Pause that again.
Oh, my
Nah, my homie hit me last. He was like, yo,
hey,
I love when you go deep. It's crazy.
Hey, yo.
He sent me that. So I had to, from the people, and this was the reaction. But going deep, pause. Nah, it's just a game, though. Shit is a game. Like, there's a lot of other high-pressure situations. Like, in basketball, like, hopefully the worst thing we see happen is a player get injured. Like, And that's not saying like
No,
we want people
we don't want
to get
that.
injured,
We don't want
but
that,
hopefully
yeah.
that's like the worst thing you see.
Yeah.
Like there's other situations in life that's a lot more crucial. Like there's people out there in the world that's like live and die situations. Like, you know, people at war. Like we see all the shit that's going on the past couple of years with, you know, uprisings and fucking political this and that, and then people end up fighting in the streets. Like there's people that's really like living
craziness,
living and dying. Like they got to worry about bombs getting dropped on their head. They got to worry about making it out of whatever situation. Like that's a whole different kind of pressure, you know.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, you just out there to play a game. That's entertainment, you know, because we love playing a game as hoopers, but the shit is for other people to watch and say, yeah,
entertainment. It's entertainment. Yeah.
Like that, you know. So connecting with the fact that what you're doing is bringing people some kind of enjoyment, or not even gonna say enjoyment because it evokes a lot of emotions, anger
sometimes
from the
it's not
fans,
enjoyment.
like hate, freaking love, like, you know, appreciation, just all of the feelings that we give people off of just being able to do something that they like, you know, that's what you do for. Yeah, it creates a life for yourself. It creates a hobby that can turn to a career, that can turn to a hopefully something that changes your life. But end of the day, you just playing the game. So once you start to connect with that, for me, that's when I like felt strides in my own personal growth and career as a player.
Right.
Like I stopped putting so much on the individual moments.
Yeah.
And started understanding that no matter what happens in this moment, you're doing the right thing by putting the work in, and then whatever the outcome is, you got to live with.
Yeah.
You
Just
know,
perform to your best ability.
Perform to your best ability. Be able to understand that when you have a bad game, a bad play, a bad moment, like the next opportunity is right in front of you. So do what you can in each moment, and then live with that. And I think, like the homework, put your chin up.
Put your chin up,
like,
man.
bro, don't be hanging your head. Keep your chin up.
Keep that chin up, man.
And, you know, and it's an emotional game, so I understand that, and it can play on the mind in a lot of different ways. To where, you know, and the fans don't make it any easier, especially nowadays. Like, fuck your mother. Like, this is in the comment section.
Don't clip
like,
that. Don't clip that.
Like that kind of shit. Like literally sending players like, I wish you would die. Like that.
Hey.
So all that shit gets a little bit heavier on society nowadays. Not just even like players. This is celebrities. This is like anyone that you can look at, and then someone can look at you and send a comment, a tweet, a DM, a whatever, to say whatever the fuck I'm feeling in whatever down state that I'm at, to feel like I need to tear you down is now gonna affect you mentally. So I'm gonna shoot it off anyway. Like literally saying nasty shit to the players. Like,
do you feel like
I've had wild shit said
now?
to me as basketball player on the court, like racist shit, like all that kind of shit that I've had to play through. So
I mean, you're international, so of course you're experiencing a lot of different.
Fucking international. I heard it here in the States. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, while I was playing in college.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna say the school because I don't want to put that energy out there. But
you
know, like,
Was it East Coast? Oh wow. Was
down south?
Down south. Okay.
Down south.
I'm just saying. I didn't know if it was up
south.
north or down south. Like, hey, there's a lot of states.
It exists,
a lot of states.
Like where we was playing was in the mix to that. You know, that kind of.
I'm not bashing no states and no cities.
Kind of folks.
I've had some interesting experiences with race as I went throughout the shows.
For sure.
I've done a lot of different colleges and stuff like that. But
and that plays on all kind of mental health. You know.
Oh yeah.
But in general, again, just in the moment, just understand, like, whether you have a big play, bad play, it's just a moment. And enjoy the game, enjoy the process. All the greats have told you that. Like, Kobe's main thing was, like, put the work in and enjoy what the fuck ever comes from it. Just because I know I'm doing what I got to do to put myself in a position to have a great run at this thing, you know?
Yeah.
And some people run is different. Everybody run is different, but just enjoy the moment, you know? Outside of that, like I said, basketball can be something life-changing. Like, that's where a lot of the conversation that I've been seeing going on lately, like, start to open up. So for me, I'm a big advocate of athletes in general and mental health, just because a lot of people don't necessarily factor in what it takes for a person to devote their life to a craft, to a actual talent or God-given ability or whatever, to make the most out of that.
Right.
Stretch it out as far as you can and have whatever level of success or whatever level of quote-unquote failure that you might experience, and how that plays into you in general. You know, I tell people all the time, like, I'm wired very differently just because of the path I've had as an athlete.
Yeah.
You know, I said it before, I think on here, I said the shit that people complain about is just like, Oh, all right.
You work too much.
I got it.
You work too hard.
Right. You know, like I got it.
What do you mean?
And that's not a product of like me trying to be better than anybody else. It's just how I give it up. Like that's
how your engines run, man. Some engines run on unleaded, some on premium.
No
you know
doubt.
what I mean? It's a different engine.
But even that grind and having the different makeup than people, like that comes from everything that I've experienced like in my actual athletic career. But I always tell people with that shit, like anything basketball related, when they ask me like, oh, you know, how was your career? How was your lifestyle and that kind of stuff? And they want to get like deeper into the conversation. I always tell them like, I love what basketball did for me, but you also got to factor in what it does to you. You know, it's two different sides of it. So, you know, now I see a lot more of the comment, and I love it because a lot of the reason I got into this content space in the first place, like this is before I even got close to buying a damn microphone for this shit, was just because.
Now we here now.
Yeah, we here now.
About to get more. Hey,
we got to.
Nah,
we got to.
Go
we
ahead.
have to, but you know. But nah, in general, just saying, I think for me, mental health for athletes can go a lot of different ways just off of shit that happens during your career.
Now, I know there's a responsibility or onus, rather, another word of the day, onus on the player.
Onus.
But is it also on NCAA, on G League, or whatever level of the game that you're playing at? Is it on these establishments to kind of make sure that, hey, there's some mental health resources to the players that extends beyond just, you know, a phone number you call if you're feeling like, you know, sad.
Yeah, for sure. And I think now even more, just because mental health has become in the forefront of a lot of conversations, you know, which is why for me, having a community like of people that experience a certain thing and have things happen to them for it, against it, with it, along with it, all those rides, like I said, a lot of different emotions that come with this shit. Like having that be something supported nowadays is like, it's a great time. It's a great space for that. Like, you know, a lot of people have mental health conversations. There are like women's mental health. There's men's mental health. There's mental health for different sections of communities of people just off of their basic experience and what they see in their life. So for athletes, I think it's important just because a lot of us don't really get talked about because we just are entertainment for people, you know? And that comes with a certain perception. It's not to say this is a bad thing because people just don't really understand shit sometimes, what they're looking at or what they're seeing or what may look so effortless to them or what may look so easy. Like it actually comes with a lot of level of like commitment, grind, and again, those ups and downs. So when you get to a certain point, like even for athletes who get injured, like have major injuries, it becomes a mental health struggle for them. Just because one, you gotta overcome whatever's happened to your body physically. You gotta overcome the doubts of like, I pray to God, I thank God, I would say that I never had like a catastrophic injury in my career. Worst thing was like muscles, like
thank you,
ankles,
Lord.
stuff
Thank
like
you,
that.
Lord.
Able to do it 10 years, plus even more if you add high school, college, all that shit. So like very long time without ever having to go under the knife for an injury at all. You know, and I think
it's like LeBron
again, thank
James
God
out here. Wait a second here.
Me and longevity, man. I got 10. I got 10 under my belt professionally. But there's players who go through injuries, and that shit like breaks them. Like, that shit breaks them. It
psychologically,
them. Psychologically,
never the same player
like,
again.
Like, is my body going to be able to do the thing that I?
Do I have that same lift? Or does my shoulder
like that's
rotate
a challenge.
the same?
Certain people that how you respond to that can go one way or another. You know, and we've seen it before. There's athletes who tapped out mentally. Like even in football, Andrew Luck, like he had to stop playing, and you could see when he had to announce that shit, it hurt him because it's like, I don't want to fucking stop doing this. But whatever I'm going through up here, like, is that much more like important than trying to continue on to do this thing. So, you know, it's all kind of conversations like that. Even for me in general, and I know a lot of people like me, which is what I love. It's a great thing and also a different thing, but having to transition away from being an athlete. You know, which is a space that I champion even more now just because I went through it myself, you know? There's a lot of guys that I see one of, like, you know, former players and stuff making posts about it on Instagram. It's a few of them I ran across lately that, like, really got me into the space like, damn, like, people talk about this shit now and I support it, but stepping away from the game, I just like it's a lot, you know,
It
to
is.
rebuild your life, rewrite your existence, and then now become something else completely different in society where you are no longer the entertainment, you know?
Exactly.
You know, what happens when the ball stops bouncing? That type
Technically,
of
you
shit.
still are, though, because we're entertaining right now. Make sure you subscribe,
no doubt.
like, comment.
No doubt, which is why I think so many athletes have podcasts. 'Cause
Exactly.
it's a different way to fulfill themselves and to have an outlet, you know, that's not the same thing. Because we got athletes that are current that got podcasts. So,
right.
you know, whether that's foresight and planning for the future or
That's
just
smart
like,
if they did that way.
listen, man, get the bag. Like, create opportunities for yourself, you know? So I'm all about that.
I mean,
but even having to get to that point again, you said who?
I said, a wise man once said that you got to make space for your dreams.
Oh, that was me. Yeah. That was me. That's one of mine.
I'm just saying.
That's one of mine. That's one of mine.
I'm just saying.
You know?
Like, you got to make space for
And
it.
now it's recorded, so none of y'all motherfuckers can tell y'all that's one of mine. When I put it on the shirt, you know, trademark.
You know what I'm saying?
Make space for your dreams.
Come on. But no, go ahead. Yeah, but I was saying that to say, because, like, literally, on the first episode, or maybe a second, you were talking about how it always changes. It always moves.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, making space for your dreams means also making sure when your dream change or it moves, that you make the mental space that you to take on that new task, that you don't
you know don't go the fuck crazy like doing that shit.
Overwhelm yourself, bro. I can call back to me
there.
when I first started like making music, and I was like, I got my song on the radio, thought I was gonna be like, hey, I'm that guy, I'm him, right? I'm doing it. It's a little song called Right Now. And it was on the radio. I had some spins. I was feeling myself, and I did a show.
How many spins you had?
Like 300,000.
Damn.
Yeah, it was good numbers. I was like, I thought like, you know what? I got the song. Where's my deal? I'm going. And it wasn't that way. It's never that way unless you have a team ready to capitalize. To capitalize on the hotness in that moment.
For sure.
Needless to say, when that happened, I was doing shows, and I was getting people saying, I love you. Oh, no, Waldo, I love you. I love you. Da-da-da. And my brain could not separate the two things from, like, you love me? What you mean? Like, I just sung to you one time. Now you love me?
Amen.
And it's a literal gymnastics when you're
Love
performing and you're making people feel like you just said, like you're on the court. You're doing something. You're making people feel something in that moment, and they'll say something that it's true. It's true to them in that moment.
Yeah, no doubt.
And what you gotta do is separate those feelings that you feel, right? Because you don't like your internal validation shouldn't be shaken by external, I guess, agitators or whatever it is. Like those things that's coming at you on the external should stay external. It shouldn't attack your internal. And I was having a hard time balancing that when in my early years of doing this music thing. Because I'm thinking, oh, okay, you love me. Then why you acting different the next day? Like you said you love me last night. What's up now? It's a different world, bro. It's a whole different world. So I totally resonate with you in that regard. And I got a quote that I wanted to drop.
You want to drop your quote already?
What you want to do? I mean, I'm ready to drop it if you're ready to hear it.
Well, drop it.
You sure?
We're going to get to the music then.
I'm going to end with the music. If you all right with that.
Mental health is great, you know.
Mental health is
great.
My
blanket statement is athletes, when you leave the game, believe in yourself, believe in what you want to do.
Facts.
Find the time, give yourself that grace and that time to actually figure out who you are without what you are accustomed to your whole life. And from there, your visions, your dreams, your motivations, your like what sits with your spirit will become more and more evident the more you like give yourself that time. Hopefully you got enough like set financially for yourself to where you can give yourself some room, some cushions, some whatever. But even if you got to get right to it, try different things. Like don't be set on one thing just to say like, this is the number one plan, because my plan since I came home have had to change multiple times.
Right.
You know, I came home in the midst of like my own mental health struggles, my own like low self-worth, low like everything, like fuck everything. Like I'm coming home to try to start something else and create a different path forward. Like I came home 2019. From there, pandemic next year. Once I thought I had some shit going, and I'm like, ooh,
Big
all right.
Cove out here.
Now the whole world shut down, and then I got to figure out how to freaking be like where I'm gonna make money, where I'm like, all
Talk
that
about
shit.
it. Talk about it, bro.
So,
it wasn't no shows.
Right.
It wasn't no events.
Ain't none of that.
That whole year washed.
Ain't none of that. So even after that, just having to come back like the whole world did, I had to change my plan, my perspective, my path, and then through that, that's where I started to see the confidence in, okay, like this feels good. Shooting basketballs feel good, and making a lane for myself in that. But use your mind, stretch your mind outside of what you know,
right,
and try to figure out what else you can do. And by trying a bunch of different things, hopefully you're gonna find that one thing. And then once that one thing starts to like really sit with you, run with that.
Yeah.
Whether it's content, whether it's being an actual trainer, whether it's getting into the financial world. Like I know a couple dudes that have left the game and got right into finance, working for Northwestern Mutual, that kind of shit. Like, whether it's being in like grassroots basketball level, whether it's being a freaking like, bro, if you want to go work at McDonald's for 2 weeks just to figure out what it feel like, go do that, But whatever you try to do, just make sure that you have a purpose behind it, which is finding your new identity.
Oof.
And when that happens, then you're going to figure out a lot more about yourself. You're going to learn about yourself and have to go through a lot to get to that point. It's going to feel better when you start to see a little bit of success in other things. It starts to feel better because then it's like, oh, damn, like I'm more than the athlete. Like shout out to the whole campaign and all that shit,
That's LeBron James.
We are athletes, but again, like as people, we have minds that get curious about other things.
Right.
And basketball or sports in general is one thing to be very, very devoted to, especially if it's going to change your life. But your mind has other interests that you could tap into and try to find yourself, boots on the ground somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that's that, man. That's my mental health spiel. So,
hey,
seek a therapist if you need to.
Hey, therapy is important.
Been there a lot myself, so I'm always an advocate for doing whatever you got to do to keep up here together.
Yes.
But, it's you'll be all right.
Yeah.
You'll be all right, kid.
Listen, hey, reach out to me.
You'll be all right.
I got you. I'll take care of you best I can.
1-800 Waldo Black.
Hey, I'm here.
He got a song for you.
I have a few, actually.
We got a song for you. You like that segue?
We do got a song
like that
for
segue?
Don't we?
We got a song for y'all.
We got a song for you, and it might just lift your spirits. But hold up on that. Before we go that direction, I definitely got the quote, and I want to share. I want to share the quote.
I want to get to the music so bad. Y'all gonna hear it a lot sooner than me, because by the time y'all see this, they'll be like, oh shit, it's right here. Let me go listen.
So this is a quote from Florida Scott Maxwell, right? She was an author, psychologist, but this quote, I just really love it, and I'm thinking about everything we was talking about and how the dynamics of being an athlete and being one thing and breaking from that and getting to the next level, but also because it has the word seed in it, and with March Madness. So let me just
Is that a double entendre?
A little something. Life does not accommodate you. It shatters you. Every seed destroys its container, or else there would be no fruition. You banging with it or not? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna run it back for you.
That shit kind of touched my soul. That shit got me to the soul right there.
You know what I'm saying? Life does not accommodate you.
Right there, got me. I'm like, oh, where's he going?
It shatters you.
Shatters.
Every seed destroys its container, or else there will be no fruition. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to destroy my container and just, grow into something beautiful and great. Just like this podcast is growing, thanks to y'all. Make sure you like, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Comment.
All that
Appreciate
shit.
y'all, man. And
hit the bell.
The bell.
Jump up and spin in the air. And when you come down, to let your finger or your big toe land on the button, it gets you.
Come on, man. We here for y'all.
Let's work these algorithms, y'all. Work the algorithms. Get us out here.
Like I said, this song should lift your spirits, though. This is gonna be, I guess, our closeout John for this one. You know what I mean, like this is a nice little
close
John.
It here. Heartstrings EP
Heartstrings.
out as of March 19th, midnight. at our recording date,
You know what
but
I'm
a lot
saying?
sooner as released.
Support
you guys
this
can go
music,
check that out
man.
right now. We got a record for y'all
Shouts to
off
my
the
homie
project.
Quest
This
Mark
is the
on this
one.
joint. Yeah, shouts to my homie Quest Mark.
You want to talk about the
Shouts-
record? You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Listen, if
What's the
you
concept?
if you ever been
You know?
in the mud, if you ever been down, this is a podcast for self-starters. Sometimes you start from the bottom, you start in the mud. Sometimes you start down in the dirt, and you got to lift yourself up.
Talked about the
right?
seeds.
You got to lift yourself up. And guess where we going? There's only one place to go, right? Vertical. We going straight up to the top. And this is what that song is about, man. Just making it through that and pushing forward.
This the one I heard the snippet of?
Yeah, you heard a little snippet of it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I kind of like this bop. I hope they like it too.
I mean,
I'm ready to see this live reaction
this
for me
is
too.
live
So I'm
reaction
gonna let
from
it
you.
rock.
No,
and
no,
then,
wait, the one that you heard a snippet of on my computer. Nah, that's a different joint. This
no,
one,
I'm talking about on the joint.
On the gram.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is that right here. You know what I'm saying?
So this is Verticals.
Yeah. This is Vertical.
From Waldo Vertical. Sorry.
Yeah.
Vertical. I get the name right. Vertical by Waldo Black off the Heartstings EP.
Let's go,
Available
baby.
March 19th. We're gonna let it rock.
Come
Enjoy.
on, yo. Come
Enjoy
on,
the
now.
record.
Ash said she was gonna dance. Go cousin, you my someone to go up with. In a minute, I'ma need a sentimental man. I wanna take my personal blunt and never turn. I'm only turning up. Nigga like to talk a lot, but hey, I get bored that way. All I do is walk the way I walk, cause I was born that way. And if I'm MIA, it's cause I'm up. Yeah. And they won't come around here.
That's where a great soundboard will come in handy.
Get lost. There's a cause where I come from. Wrong turn, never turn home. These things get gritty.
I like the pianos.
On the late
I like the pianos in the background. I like the pianos.
Under the sway, baby, I'ma lift it high for you. Been in the mud, baby, I'm about to rise for you. I will die for you, keep it by my side for you. Never lacking, no, elevated, going vertical. From the bottom, now we up, work till dawn, then dust.
Okay.
Called the different cut, they gon' hate. They ain't us.
Who this?
To the money, no cream. My boy Stick, hey. We gon' get a cut, we making magic, it ain't a front, let's make it double. No stunts, if you get lost, there's a cost where I come from. Wrong turn, never turn
Okay.
home. It ain't pretty on a late night. These ugly streets only get better when we face them.
Hey.
Under the sway, baby, I'ma lift it high for you. Been in the mud,
Hey, this is
baby,
kinda
I'm
wavy.
about to. I appreciate it, man. Keep it by my side for you. Listen.
We out at midnight.
You know what I mean? If you ever been in the mud, if you ever been down, man.
We out at midnight.
Trust me, it will get better. You will come out the mud, man.
Heartstrings EP.
Come on, we self-starters, right?
And those willing to make the most out of any situations, let my boy shit run.
I'm about to rise. Elevated, going vertical. Heartstrings, man.
Heartstrings
I'm
EP.
pulling on them heartstrings,
That's
man.
how you coming out?
That's how I'm coming, man.
Hey, man. That's a good record.
Thank you, I
That's the
appreciate
record.
it, man. 100% of the
That's the
publishing,
record, man. 100% of the publishing. Put it in his pocket.
Come
Put
on.
it in your iPods. Do people
Nah, I
got iPods
appreciate
anymore?
you.
iPods? Maybe not. Maybe not. iPods might be a thing of the
put
past.
their phone, they
Well, your
phone.
phone
It's your
is an
phone.
iPod, technically.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Put
put
it
it
in
in
your
your
phone.
iPods. Put it in your Androids. Put it in whatever the device you got. Just don't text me with them green bubbles. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
Nah,
Just
but I
don't text me
appreciate
with
you
the green
playing it.
bubbles, but we let that rock. That's
I'm
vertical.
hoping- Yes, vertical,
That's a good
man.
tune.
I appreciate it,
That's a
man.
good tune.
1 of 5, man. It's
One of
$1.29 if you want to buy it.
I'm buying it.
$5.99 if you want to get the whole joint.
We gonna do
All 5
$5.99.
songs together.
I
That's a
might
little
buy
discount.
it twice because why not?
Hey, why not?
I got a couple emails.
couple phones.
I got a couple emails, a couple phones.
Yeah,
you know.
man, I appreciate that, man. So it's good music. I love it. I love to do with my craft, what I'm on this planet to continue sharing my gift. So I'm here.
Facts.
I'm hoping people connect with it. That's really all it's all about. Connecting with people, man.
EP will be out
Yeah.
as of release of this episode. Man, we ain't got to talk about shit else. We can wrap it right
that's
there.
It. I appreciate it, man.
That's just like we got strong contribution from the room.
Oh, Ash got the clap. Hey, Ash got the clap.
We got the background claps. So
Hey,
we'll take
live studio.
We'll take it,
this
man.
podcast was recorded in front of a live studio audience. Good vibes, man.
Yeah, good vibes, man. Good vibes today. Hope everyone is in a great space, mentally, physically, all things in between.
Yes.
We catch y'all for episode 7. We are out of here. So one more time, like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, please.
Drop us a little something. Let us know how you feeling. We love the engagement. We love the energy we put out and the reciprocation of all of that. So
yeah,
we out of here. EFS podcast episode 6. See you later. What's that like? One like the old school.
One. All right, EFS family later.
All right, we out of here, man.